Ancient humans never worked out. Seriously, they never laced up running shoes. They never counted steps. They never blocked off leg day on a calendar. The whole idea of moving your body just to stay fit, separate from actually living your life, didn't exist for almost all of human history. And here's the kicker. They were in way better shape than most of us are today. I'm not exaggerating. The evidence is right there in their bones. Real quick, if you love this kind of stuff, hit subscribe. You won't want to miss what's coming. Let's start with the bones, because they don't lie. Ancient skeletons, from way before farming and right after, showed denser, stronger bone than what we've got now. The spots where muscles attach, way more rugged. That means bigger, stronger muscles. And when scientists study their leg bones, they see movement patterns that today only elite athletes come close to. But here's the wild part. These weren't superhumans. These were regular people. Not kings, not warriors with special diets, just everyday folks. And their bones make the average gym goer look like a couch potato. So how? How does a species that never invented the treadmill end up fitter than one that has gyms on every corner? The answer flips everything you think about exercise on its head. Let's break it down. First, a distinction most people totally miss. Exercise, the modern kind, is when you move your body on purpose just to get fit. It has a start, it has an end. It's a scheduled thing with a goal. And the rest of your day? The sitting, the driving, the desk, the couch? That's not exercise. That's everything else. Physical activity is different. That's just moving your body while you actually live. Walking to get somewhere. Carrying stuff. Doing the hard work of finding and making food. Climbing, crouching, lifting, pulling. Ancient humans had almost zero exercise, but they had endless physical activity. And believe me, those two things are not the same, even if you burn the same calories. Why? Because your body evolved for constant movement, not sitting all day with a quick workout squeezed in. Your heart, your muscles, your metabolism, your hormones, all of it was tuned for steady, moderate, all-day movement as the norm, not the exception. Loving this so far? Smash that like button. It really helps. Now let's look at what ancient movement actually looked like. And trust me, it's more interesting than just, they walked a lot. Take the Hadza people of Tanzania. They're one of the most studied groups on Earth, and they live pretty close to how our ancestors did. The men? They walk around 15 to 19 kilometers a day. The women? About 9 to 12. And that's not some record-breaking effort. That's just Tuesday. But walking's only half the story. This isn't flat, smooth, sidewalk walking. It's over hills, loose dirt, thick brush. It fires up muscles and demands balance that treadmill walking never touches. They're constantly changing pace, direction, and elevation. Squatting to check the ground. Climbing to grab food. Crouching through bushes. Reaching up for fruit. That variety? That's the secret. Your body was built for a huge range of movements every single day. Not the same repetitive motion at a fixed weight, which is basically what modern exercise gives you. And then there's carrying. This one's almost gone from modern life. Foragers carry stuff constantly. Food, water, little kids, tools. And carrying loads is a totally different beast than walking empty-handed. It lights up your core, your shoulders, your hips. You can literally see it in ancient bones. They're thicker and stronger where all that weight was carried. Okay, now here's where it gets really interesting. The hormone and metabolism side. When you do a hard workout, a sprint, a heavy lift, your body freaks out a little. Heart rate spikes. Stress hormones flood in. And then afterward, you recover. That recovery is when the magic happens. Muscle builds, bones remodel, your heart adapts. That's how exercise actually makes you fitter. The stress says, hey, we need to get stronger, and your body listens. But that steady, all-day movement, it sends a totally different signal. Not a big stress spike, something deeper. It tells your body, we're being used all day, every day, so keep every system running smoothly. And that quiet, constant signal, it's actually the main driver of a ton of stuff that keeps you healthy. It builds new mitochondria, the little power plants in your cells that control your metabolism. It keeps your heart's baseline strong. It keeps your bones dense all over your body, not just the spots one exercise hits. Here's the problem. Most people who exercise still spend basically their whole day sitting. That 2 hours a week the guidelines recommend, It's trying to replace a signal your body used to get every waking hour, and it just can't fully do it. The research is clear. People who stay active through daily life have better health than people who work out just as hard but sit the rest of the time. This isn't me saying exercise is bad. Not at all. Exercise gives you real gains, strength, cardio, better body composition, but it's not a full replacement for the all-day movement your body actually expects. Quick one, drop a comment and tell me, how many steps did you get today? Now let's talk about kids, because this part matters a lot. Children, in old societies, and honestly up until the 20th century, spent most of their day moving. Not organized sports, just play. Running, climbing, jumping, wrestling, throwing. That free, messy play is packed with movement, and it's way more important than we realized. Because the bone density you carry as an adult, a lot of it gets built in childhood. Bone responds best to loading while you're growing. Active kids build stronger skeletons than passive ones, and you can't fully make that up later. Same with heart health. Same with coordination that protects you from injuries for life. Ancient kids weren't active because someone made them. They were active because there were no screens, no cars, no easy shortcuts. Movement was just what you did with free time. Modern kids, they're less active than any generation ever, and we're starting to see the results. Weaker bones, worse metabolic health, all showing up way too early. Now here's something you almost never hear in fitness talk: sleep. Ancient humans didn't just move more, they rested better. After a full day of steady movement, your body sleeps differently. You get more deep sleep, the good stuff where your body repairs itself and releases growth hormone. That's what rebuilds muscle and bone overnight. It goes both ways. Movement improves sleep, and sleep improves how you recover from movement. But the modern combo, sit all day, quick workout, then bad sleep under artificial light, it breaks both sides of that loop. And it's not just your body, it's your brain too. Movement releases something called BDNF. Think of it as fertilizer for your brain. It helps grow and protect neurons, especially in the part that handles learning and memory. Ancient humans were pumping out BDNF all day long. Their brains got constant support for sharp thinking, the exact thinking that hunting and foraging demanded. Modern sitting, it shuts that faucet off. And we're now seeing the fallout: faster brain aging and higher dementia risk in people who barely move. One more piece: posture. Modern life means sitting in basically the same position all day. Hips bent at 90 degrees, spine slumped, shoulders rolled forward, neck craned down. Your body was never meant to hold that for hours. Do it for years, and you get tight hips, a weak back, and the neck and spine pain that millions of people deal with. Ancient humans rested in all kinds of positions: squatting, kneeling, sitting on the ground, legs crossed or stretched out. Groups that still sit on the ground today, way fewer hip and back problems. And the deep squat is the big one. Sitting all the way down, heels flat. That's the natural human resting position. It keeps your hips and ankles mobile in a way a chair just kills. Most adults today have straight up lost that ability. They never needed stretching routines back then. Their daily life kept them mobile. We need stretching now because our lifestyle stole that mobility from us. So let's bring it home. What is modern exercise really? It's a patch, a workaround. It's us trying to cram a signal our body used to get all day into a few sweaty sessions a week. And it works, kind of, partly, not fully. Here's the truth that fitness culture keeps ignoring. The little stuff matters as much as the workout. Walking, standing, fidgeting, carrying, all that in-between movement is huge for your health, sometimes bigger than the workout itself. Sitting for 8 hours and exercising for 1 is actually worse than just moving lightly all day and never working out. That 1 hour doesn't cancel out the 8. The signals just aren't the same. And that's the whole answer. Ancient humans didn't need exercise because their entire life was exercise. Not a hard hour here and there, a steady hum of movement every single hour. The walking, the carrying, the squatting, the work. None of it was fitness. It was survival. But the body it built, incredible. We need exercise now because modern life ripped that movement away and swapped it for a chair. The workout is our attempt to patch the hole. It's better than nothing, but it's not the real thing. The ancient human wasn't a gym rat. They were just a person living a life that made their body work. And 10,000 years later, their bones are still blowing archaeologists away. Don't forget to subscribe.